I have hit champ almost every single season that I play Rainbow Six seriously. I am also a lifetime 0.9 KD play. That means every season, now this is like when I started playing the game seriously, you can see it right here, diamond, champ, I have had a 0.9 KD. My kill to death ratio is 0.9. In Siege, that is like the equivalent of getting clowned on. Like you're bad at the game, you get carried. Basically, everyone memes on 0.9 KDs. I have been at 0.9 KD almost every single season that I played until this season, where when I hit champ, I had a 1.4 KD, which means I went from a lifetime of having a 0.9 KD to a 1.4 KD, a 0.5 KD increase in only one season. So in this video, I'm gonna explain everything I did to make that change happen this season, and hopefully it helps you guys with your rank experience too. The first thing I did was bait a lot more. Now, what is baiting in Siege? Baiting is essentially being useless to your team. It means like if there's a guy that's last alive almost every single round that doesn't go in when everyone else goes in, they're baiting. There are positions in this game that are more baity and slower than others, like cut positions, but overall, you typically give that to the guy who's like almost always last alive. If you've watched my recent frag clips videos or the clips that are showing right now on the screen, you'll notice that I'm last alive almost every single round, and all of these are clutch clips. This would make sense to contribute to my baiting KD, because think of it this way, if you're at a 5v1 in Siege, what does your team first do? Everyone immediately, no one's perfect, no one has a discipline in Siege, especially your group of friends. The first thing you're gonna do is sprint at the enemy team. This is like the best scenario where we usually see people give picks back, is in the 5v1. So what I actually did that ended up increasing my KD, I don't think was necessarily a thing to actually win more games. It's literally a statement on the fact that I was literally just last alive a lot more. Like I just baited my ass off. I got a bunch of free picks. A lot of rounds I got a lot of pricks on, and I didn't end up clutching the round. But that's still like, it's a 1v5. I let it get to 1v5. I didn't help my teammates when they were taking that initial engagement. I let it get to 1v5. It got easier picks on that 1v5, and I still lost the round. So really, what impact did I have on the round? Nothing at all. Did it get my KD up? Absolutely, because every round that I did absolutely nothing, I would get like a 3K. I letting it to 1v5, I would get like a 2 kills or 3 kills. So every round I have I would have double my death and kills. I would have 2 kills or 3 kills every single round, just baiting my ass off, waiting for the enemy team to get a little bit over aggressive and give me fucking freebies. That's just how the game works. And so the number one tip that I am actually giving you guys actually isn't something I want you guys to watch this video and take away from it, because baiting is not winning. You are not having any impact with your team. In fact, this should more so prove a point that KD really is a mirage. For those of you who don't know who I am a former professional Siege coach. Now, coaches in Siege are known to be ass at the game. I'm also 23. I'm at like young gaming years. 18 is like the prime age for people to fucking go pro, have their old reflex and everything. Guys, I am past my prime. This is as good as I'm gonna get at the game. For the past 5 seasons, I am as good as I will get at the game. And I've been 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, and then suddenly I got a 1.4, but the win rate stays the same. You'll notice the win rate actually stays the same. And the season that I actually had the lowest KD, I had a 0.84, was a season I had the highest win rate. You'll see that the win rate doesn't really change around, which means like my impact in the games isn't shifting at all. The KD is literally just me baiting more. So this actually is more so a point to you guys that you guys shouldn't worry about the KD as much, because as long as you're doing your job and you're entering the building and winning the rounds, you're getting it done. And there's a lot of people that come into my chat and go, yo, Fett, I'm an emerald and I have a 2.4 KD and I just can't climb Fett. Like, what am I doing wrong? What is going on? You're baiting. It's like so painfully obvious. I don't even like, you're probably just a baiter. You probably just are useless to your teammates. And the biggest complaint I get from people is like, oh, my teammates are so like, they're playing team deathmatch. They just keep going in and dying, and I'm always last alive because I actually want to play the game correctly. Well, if your teammates are going in the first 30 seconds, right? What is a more guaranteed way to win the round? If you go in with your teammates and there's refragability, and now even though your teammates are playing like morons, you can go in and actually trade your teammates versus every single round you let to go to a 1v5. What are your chances of winning that 1v5 every single time? It's like close to 0, because yes, you might get the first 2 picks and you might make it 1v3, but then that's when they're like, oh shit, tuck up, you know, oh shit, and they start playing real Siege again, and then they start tucking up, and then you're just done. You just lost the round. There's just nothing you could do. So go in with your teammates, play refrag, go intro. Your KD might be low, but you'll have a higher impact, you'll be more useful, and you'll do more in the game. I am not getting any better at the game. I didn't get better at the game. I just baited my ass off more, right? Let's be real, and I got a lot more kills. It's a number one thing, but this is a statement, kind of like the reverse on the video, that you shouldn't do that. You could get your KD up by being last alive and useless every single round, or you could just play the game. Who gives a fuck about KD? Stop being so scared. Go play a couple casuals, run in the building without a drone every single round, and get over that fear factor of entering the building and that ranked anxiety, and you guys will all start improving a lot more. I stuck a sensitivity. I used to be a freak of nature that would change my settings almost every single chance and opportunity that I could get. I would literally just change it back and forth over and over and over, always trying to copy different pro settings and sensitivities, buying new mouses, buying new fucking mouse pads, whatever. Listen, this season, I decided to go back to my original sensitivity, 12, 12, 60 converted over, so it was 42, 74, 400 DPI. This is the first sensitivity that I played when I started Rainbow Six Siege back in fucking Operation White Noise, okay? And I immediately started performing better. This is the first season that I've really stuck a sense the entire time, regardless of whether or not I like truly liked it, and I was just immediately better. I just immediately got a lot more kills. Now, I know a lot of creators out there like Bolo and Spoit and Pengu. They will say it's good for you to switch your sense. It's good for you, and muscle memory is a myth. And you know, there's a lot of mouse sensitivity people also saying muscle memory is a myth. I understand that. You have to but what you guys as viewers have to understand is that there are a very small subset of human beings born with a natural hand control and dexterity genetic ability, that they are so good at controlling their hand and hand-eye coordination off genetics, that they fucking can play any sense they want. Tens can play any sense he wants and be good. Bolo can play any sense and be good. Spoy can play any sense he's good. If you are one of those people, good for you. You and me, the 99.9% of us, we can't fucking do that shit. Muscle memory is real for us, okay? So stick something you're comfortable with, because a lot of things, yes, are genetic, but they don't hold you back from improving in a video game like Rainbow Six. Guys, my original reaction time is 250 milliseconds. You know how fucking slow that is? That is like old man reaction time. I played enough Siege to get it down to like 180 milliseconds, okay? So just play something you're comfortable on. And then over time, here's the thing. It is good to change your sense. It is good to change it off the one you started off with, right? It isn't bad. They're not wrong. It is good to eventually change your sense to something different, like slower. People usually start with insanely high senses when they start video games, and then they get slower and slower and slower, but it's not good to frequently change it within the same stretch of time, right? Because you're developing hand muscle coordination in a certain range of motion. If you play a super slow sense, you'll develop really large fine control movements. If you play a really fast sense, you'll learn tiny hand control. You're developing your muscle memory in different regions of control, different ranges of control, but you shouldn't switch it too much. If you want to unlock new heights and you've been on a sense for 6 months, go for it, change it, but once you change it, stick to new sense for a fat minute, or else you will never get better. The vast majority of pros stick their sense for the longest time. I know probably half the pros play the sense they first played on when they first switched over. Honestly, only a small subset of people can change their settings. And also, not only sticking your sense, but like everything else. You know, like, okay, like for example, I got a mouse that I was really comfortable with this. This is a WL mouse. It's like the final mouse, but just like a clone of it. But like, it's actually, you know, they consistently produce it. It's not out of stock. If you want to get it, you can get it, sure. But I didn't change mice like at all this season. When previously I would just change mice a lot because I was just addicted to buying new mouse. I have the same mouse pad since fucking a while ago. I stuck the same keyboard. I stuck the same everything. Just getting used to your things so that these things aren't things you have to think about. So when you're in the middle of a gunfight, you don't have to think about whether or not your mouse feels a certain way or your sense is too fast or too slow. You're going to overflick it, you're going to underflick it. You're not thinking about these things, so it comes naturally. You're just playing to fucking shoot the guy. Because everything else is already, like, you're used to it, you're comfortable with it, you know what kind of gunfights you can take, what gunfights you can't take. At the end of the day, gunfight selection is, and I'll get into this much later in the video, but gunfight selection is so much more important than like your raw aim. Like if I swing something going for a god shot every single time, it's a god shot for a reason. It's a low percentage shot. Versus if I swing something and I like line up to know where he is, and I know, you know, I'm wrapping the crosshair, all I have to do is just react and shoot, you know, just take a solid gunfight, I'm gonna win a lot more of the time. I think the best example of this was in like the Battlefield cheater drama when this cat girl, like Riley or whatever, she was hitting like the fucking craziest like flick clips of all time, and people were like, oh, you're cheating, and me and Dapper, actually, by the way, Dapper is me and Bolo's editor. If you just literally clicked on his profile, editor for Fett and Bolo. A lot of people fell for this rage bait. We made satire about calling Bolo out, who was playing at the live Battlefield event, by the way, but Dapper was like, ha, obvious aim lock, you know, and then I was like, yeah, fucking Battlefield players see good aim and immediately call cheats. Guy in the clip is former Rainbow Six Pro and world champion Bolo, by the way. And a lot of people who fell for the bait responded to it being like, how come Riley's not a world champion? How come Riley's not like the greatest esports pro to ever fucking live? Like, why is she not like the GOAT if her aims and mechanics are so fucking good? Guys, if you're playing to flick like that, if you need to hit a flick, you suck already. Like, you're in a bad position. She is playing for a clip, which means this is the enemy, and she inserted herself in the middle of the enemy and then have to 90-degree flick, 90-degree flick, 90-degree flick to win. She put herself in a horrible position. Horrible, right? Whereas like a good fundamentally good position is if this is cover, you're jiggle peeking out. Oh, hold on. You're jiggle peeking out one, slice the pie this way, jiggle peeking out, isolating the next one, jiggle peeking out, isolating the next one. But it doesn't look that flashy because it's not good. So all the aimers you see, all the TikTok aimers, you want to go play like them, bro, go watch her stream for like 1 hour, bro. They don't play like that. I should have put this in a later part of the video. I will bring this up once again in the later part of the video, the exact mechanics of it, but like just moral of the story, stick a sense. Don't try to don't emphasize your raw aim and mechanics so much, because at the end of the day, honest to God, stick something that you could comfortably win a 60-40 gunfight on, right? Like if their back is turned to you or you made a good gunfight decision, you can comfortably body shot them to death at mid-range. Boom, that's it. That's all you need. Anything that you could comfortably body shot someone on a good gunfight choice mid-range, stick that, because then take good gunfights and your aim will naturally get better, your crosshair precision will naturally get better, get used to it, build that muscle memory so that you can consistently win those 60-40 gunfights, then do a lot of 60-40 gunfights and stop focusing on switching around your sense so you could hit god disgusting shots that you don't really need and aren't really useful, and you won't even win with the best sense in the world anyways. I got a better computer. I was previously playing on a laptop and I would get 100 FPS, and by the time the laptop was at the end of its lifespan, I would get like 70 FPS on Siege on that laptop. And now I have a beast. I have a fucking monster of a computer to my right, and it gets fucking 500 FPS per game. And I'm gonna be real, it does help. I used to be like, as a coach, I used to be the person that like, yeah, FPS won't make you better, better specs won't make you better. I don't know if I fully believe that anymore, because I feel a lot better. Now, to be fair, I actually don't think FPS does make you better, but I will give you the tech. I will give you the tech for Rainbow Six Siege. I will give you the tech, because there's this concrete way to make your FPS go crazy. Graphics card is pretty important in Siege. The biggest thing to get more FPS in Rainbow Six Siege is your CPU, because Siege is a CPU-based game. It's more, I don't know the exact science behind it, but I know it's more CPU-oriented than any other game, okay? The CPU is what will shit out, like get you plus 150 frames, plus 200 frames, okay? So the CPU that I currently have is an AMD Ryzen 9800 X3D. This is the biggest thing, the X3D, okay? The X3D, there's a 7800 X3D or any CPU out there from any company that can do whatever the fuck that 3D part is. I don't know what it is. I wish someone in chat could explain to me what it is, but this shit, this is what gives you the 150 to 200 FPS boost. This is what gives you from 300 to like 500 FPS. Even like on a 3070, you can get 300 frames like with the X3D CPU. Like on God. And multiple creators can tell you why. It's just because Siege, for some godforsaken reason, is a CPU intensive game. That's it. I don't know why. Your GPU doesn't really matter. Get a banger CPU that can do the 3D. I don't know what the 3D shit is, but it does the 3D shit. It will get you more frames. Okay, now in terms of the hertz and FPS situation, here's how it works. From what I understand, is either more FPS or more hertz is always better. And it also helps you with your reaction time. I will say, like, your base reaction time is very important, and it's also more so your decision making to catch people off guard and take better gunfights that will help you, and pre-fires that will help you increase your reaction time, right? Like, if you don't have to hit a flick, you don't need to have as much reaction time, right? Because you could just react with your crosshair and play Guitar Hero on it. But it will, like, 360 hertz will help you, 240 hertz will help you, more FPS will help you, and more is always better. I see a lot of people saying, but your monitor only has 144 hertz, so there's no need to get more than 144 FPS. That's not technically true. Like, it is technically always better to always have more of one or the other, because hertz is what, like, basically how fast your monitor spits out the frame, and FPS is how fast your graphics card shits out the frame, right? So if you have more hertz than your graphics your monitor, even if you have 360 hertz and 144 FPS, your monitor will grab that frame and spit it out faster onto your screen regardless. And then if you have more FPS, then your graphics card will deliver a frame that is more concurrent in your game, like the more present frame in your game to your monitor, so that your monitor can spit it out better. So no matter what, it's always better. I will say though, I do still believe in that hertz will not make you magically good. You first have to have your own fundamentals good first. You have to be good at the game first, and then hertz and FPS and better mouse and better sensitivity, sticking your sensitivity and all that other stuff will just help you unlock more of your potential. It's not like you're gonna get a fucking 360 hertz monitor or a crazy PC and start fucking murking everyone. If you have horrible aim, you're still gonna whiff on everyone. If you change your sense every single day and you fucking get a better PC now, you're still gonna whiff every single bullet in your entire life. But if you know how to jiggle peek pre-fire, then the hertz and FPS will make you just better, like just make that easier for you to take that gunfight. So for me personally, it really helped me to get a better computer, and I just gave you the tech on how to, like, what will get you more frames in Siege specifically, and I hope it helps you, if it helps you unlock your potential, but it is not the main thing that will make you better at the game. Now, I made a video a while ago on why Brazil used to be the most mechanically talented, the most frag heavy, and the most dominant region in Siege for 3 years straight. And when you watch Brazilian players in that video, you notice that they look like they're playing on controller. Like, they look like they're playing like bots, honestly. And you expect people, like similar to the Riley Battlefield 6 clip, that you expect good players to be super flashy and flicking around and just being just so incredibly good at just flicking around. But no, the best mechanical players in the most frag intensive region in the world, the most aggressive region in the world, they play like bots. When you think about it, that makes more sense. It's like minimalizing your movement. And one of the best examples of this is, like, the way people like to jiggle peek. Now, as everyone knows, there's a bunch of different ways to jiggle peek in this game. There's Shaiko peeking, right? There's the old Bolo peek. There's Chashome peeking. But you'll notice that those Brazilian players that I talked about in the video, they don't do any of that. And multiple pros will tell you, especially, like, there's a video out there somewhere, I couldn't find it, but like a Russian pro, Roberto's pro, and he went like plus 40. He was the top rated EU player this season for like the first half of the entire season. He said that AD peeking is the best peeking and you don't need anything else, which is true. You don't need anything else than just regular, plain old, boring old AD peeks. If you can master the AD peek and you can un-AD just to have a faster AD peek just for info, that's all you need. You don't need any of the fancy shit. And that's what most of the really good pros do on LAN. It's like they only do the AD peek. You'll barely see any of them go for the Shaiko peek or the Chashome peek or any of the crazy peeks because they don't fucking need it, right? It's just the bare bone fundamentals at what actually matters, a gunfight choice, like I said earlier, all these things, not having to hit a god shot, once again, picking the right gunfights, that's what'll get you more results, right? Consistently making your gunfight advantage and increasing it, and not taking the 50-50 gunfights, or honestly the fucking 10-90 gunfights that I see so many people go for, and try to increase it to 60-40 gunfights, or 70-30 gunfights, or 80-20 gunfights. Like the chances, when I'm talking about is like your chance of winning that gunfight based off like anything, right? Like force the enemy to attempt to take the god shot to kill you, because here's the thing, anyone can shoot Shaiko in the back of the head. Anyone in the world can shoot Shaiko in the back of the head, right? So take that and use it. Outposition your opponents to win by shooting them in the back of the head, and stop fucking playing to hit god shots and crazy clips and going for crazy rushes, and just play to have solid fundamentals, solid crosshair placement. Aim your cursor, and I'll give you just a clip right now. I'll give you aim your cursor at head level, wrap wrap, wrap. If there's a common angle, jiggle it, wrap, 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 jiggle, jiggle. If they're jiggling you, pre-fire, right? Solid fundamentals like that, so you don't have to move your crosshair. Anyone can do it. Even controller players can do it. It's probably the most important thing on console is your crosshair placement due to the way the game plays, and that's why their positioning is so much superior to PC players when they switch over. And that's why they always go to Pro League and Challenger League, and like 90% of pros are console switchovers, right? Like, it's fundamentals. Train your fundamentals absolutely off the rip. Don't try to be flashy. Just walk around, aim your gun in. Don't need to be super fucking flicky leany, just like fucking playing like you're fucking Bolo. You're not Bolo. Even if you watch old Bolo versus new Bolo now, play the part in the video where I show that Dapper, it doesn't have it. Another thing I also see is like when people like fucking take a gunfight on like and they're worried about two angles, they'll start like holding both angles like this, bro. Just take one and gamble it. Because if you start doing this and the two people are threatening from you an angle, like if one of them swings or any of them swing, you are not killing any of them. Pick one angle, stick to it, and if they swing the other one, you die. But at least if they swing this angle, you'll kill them, right? Solid gunfight fundamentals like that are so incredibly important. Just do those solid gunfight fundamentals. Gunfighting is much different from having good aim. That's why the best players on aim trainers are rarely ever, if not ever, they're never the best players at their games. The best players at their games are good at the game's own fundamentals and don't necessarily have the best aim, right? And Siege is one of those games where I don't really think you need a lot of raw aim to be good at, so just train your fundamentals and you'll have much higher KD. Your gunfight choice is infinitely more important than your aim, and as long as you're picking good gunfights as much as you can, your aim will naturally get better. Now the last one will possibly be one of the most important ones I talk about, but this next one's going to be a little bit specific to me, but I thought it was pretty funny, so I'm going to throw it in the video anyways. But stick around to the end for the most important part of this video. If you notice, if you ever watch any of my streams, every time I play ranked now, ever since the season started, I started adding a 2-minute delay to my streams. 2 minutes. I don't get fucking any chat interaction. If you're watching one run of the past when you're in my stream. Essentially, the story is I did an experiment about a month ago, right? Where like I was basically saying like, hey, a couple months ago, I was like, if I'm playing ranked, I'm very paranoid, and streamers always call stream sniping, but are they correct? Are they correct in calling the stream sniping? So I was playing ranked, I was, losing, I lost every single game in that ranked session, so I was like, you know what, I restarted my stream, and I put on a 90-second or a 120-second delay, I don't remember, some crazy delay, and I literally went flawless for the rest of the day. I went like 0 and 8, like, or 0 and 4 or whatever, before putting on the delay, and then after putting on the delay, I was 4 and 0 with positive crazy KDs every single game, right? And not only that, I played with another streamer with a 0-second delay, and we started losing every end game like really badly in that same video. And then when I made that streamer turn off his screen for a stream, we started winning that game and we dominated for the rest of the game. So this is very specific to me, but I thought it was really funny. I added a 2-minute delay to all my fucking ranked games, and yeah, I've been winning and getting so many more kills. It feels so refreshing to finally be able to shoot someone in the back for the first time in forever. You guys might think I'm a crybaby, but I'm being so dead ass honest when like I literally, the game experience I play is entirely different when I have a delay on versus no delay. And 15-second delay, 20-second delay is even worse because it makes me feel like I can hold an angle and then I get fried 30 seconds later. I think 0 seconds delay is better than 15 seconds delay. And as for the chat interaction, I just think that like it's worth it for my mental health. I'm prioritizing my mental health and enjoying this game and performing and hitting champ and strategizing. I find joy in this game from calling strats, right? That's why I'm a coach. So if I can't even call strats in my little fucking rank stack because they're gonna counter it and like fucking stream, like from that one video, right? We were on Emerald Plains. I called a staircase take, and there was 4 people on a bottom floor for a top floor site, right where the staircase was, bottom of the staircase was. Coincidence? I don't fucking think so. I mean, for my own mental sanity, that's how I have fun, so I did it. But anyways, this one didn't really apply to you guys, but if you're a streamer, I mean, or something, I don't know, put on a delay, you'll be able to tell apart the cheaters from the stream snipers a lot better. If you watch really old clips of my ranked, I used to have a lot of fun just running around being an absolute moron. Every XV1 I would give my life away, throw it away, not really tuck up. And it makes sense why I had a .9 KD. I was just throwing my life away, and I had a lot of fun trolling. But this season, I decided to actually become consistent, and I think this is actually goes a lot deeper than you guys think it is. Now, obviously, that makes sense, but it goes a lot deeper than you guys think it does, right? Because it's about being consistent, and if you build the habit of every time your team gets in a 5v1 situation, you immediately over peak, or every time like you want to spawn peek or do some crazy shit every single round and just like go for the stupidest thing ever, and you let loose every time, you're building that habit, and you're telling yourself, okay, well, I can always dial it back. Guys, even pro teams that don't practice discipline in scrims will throw on game day and lose 5v1s. You have to practice. It's a skill set to win that 5v1, right? And that's why I've been last alive a lot more this season, because I realized I'm a slower type player. I'm more of like an NJR type player. I'm not an entry. So in the XV1, even if I'm 0-4, I will not go for that kill, not greed for it. I will not start spawn peeking out of nowhere, because I am playing to be consistent and practice my discipline and play the correct version of Siege that will help me improve and honestly overall improve my KD. Because here's the biggest thing that ends up fucking over players in terms of their KD. I will tell you this right now. This is the secret life hack. It's that tab button. It's that tab button. A lot of pros actually have that scoreboard button unbound in rank, in scrims. Why? Because here's what happens, guys. And this is a thing that's called narrative, okay? You hit tab and you are 0-4. You don't like the fact that you're 0-4. So you're going to start going for more kills in stupid ways. You're going to start going for stupid things like spawn peeking. You're going to play more aggressive without even realizing it. You're playing subconsciously more so for kills than winning the round. No, getting more kills is an abstract goal that you'll never be able to actually accomplish, rather than winning the round, which you could actually hit concrete goals on. Like, I should play here on this roam and layer off. No, getting kills is making decisions off emotions as opposed to objectivity. You're playing just to get more kills. You are not playing how to objectively outplay the enemy team, and thus you'll make stupid decisions and end up losing more and more and more, because you're making decisions based off your emotions and not objectiveness. Same thing if you have a lot of kills. If you're like 9-2 and you hit tab and you're like, oh, I'm fucking 9-2, I gotta break double digits. No, now you're playing to break double digits and not playing like the good Siege you were playing before. Discipline yourself away from, you know, making judgments based off those emotions and those external factors and those abstract, uncontrollable, intangible things like the number of kills you have, right? Same thing with KD. If you go into every game thinking, oh, my fucking KD is so, like, it's so bad, I need to get it up, and you play for your KD every single game, then, you know, you're not gonna get the results you want, as opposed to just playing to get yourself better at the game. Same thing with ranked anxiety. You guys have heard so much that, like, in order to climb, you need to realize that rank doesn't matter. It's the same thing. If you go in hyper focused on just, oh, I need to rank up, you're not actually focusing on what you need to do in the game, and therefore you're playing more so scared to lose and scared to do things wrong than playing to take the necessary risks to do the game right? Playing what you think is an objective truth. And if you're able to play to these little goals, you're actually better able to hit flow state. Yeah, and this is like also like a real scientific thing, right? Where like if your goal is too difficult and you don't have the skills to match it, you will have anxiety. Versus if it matches the challenge, you can hit flow state. Guys, no one has the skills to go into a game and be like, I'm gonna win this game and get my KD up. That makes no fucking sense. That is an abstract, imaginary, non-real goal. A real goal is like, I'm gonna go for the C4 pick onto a player when he drops the red hatch. That is a real goal, a tangible goal that you can hit, focus, and flow state on and perform much better in your ranked games doing those things. I'll give you a secret hack to like getting yourself out of those tunnel vision moments and out of those trolling moments, to stop yourself trolling and fucking have more discipline. It's comms too, right? Like, calming is so important, but remember, comms is not only calling to the enemy position. Comms is so much more important to say what you're doing. Even if you're playing solo queue and you're trolling and you're tilting and you're taking gunfights and you feel like you can't win any gunfights, you can't do anything, I encourage you to go into the round and say what you're doing for the entire round just to yourself or your teammates. If you have people you're queuing with, it'll help you play with them better, right? Like, I encourage playing with teammates and queuing with them because it'll help you develop your fundamentals on Siege. If you are doing bad and you go quiet, you're getting more and more in your own head, and you're tunnel visioning more and more on things that don't matter and abstract goals that will get you tilted and loseful and make your KD go down and down and down and down. But let's say you're going into a game and you're 0-4 and you're like, I'm gonna go for this stupid ass spawn peak. So you go for the spawn peak, but in your head you don't say that out loud, right? But imagine you decided to say that, yo, this round, okay, I'm gonna reinforce this wall, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go for the stupid ass spawn peak. Oh shit, it's a stupid ass spawn peak. You just said out loud to yourself the stupid ass play that you really shouldn't do. Okay, I'm not gonna go for it, because you're walking yourself through it. You're grounding yourself in reality with your comms, which is super important. You're actually ending up making yourself better and playing better and focusing on better goals. So communication, getting your comms up, being that much more useful to your teammates will help you so much more. Especially will set you up for kills, because there's so many times where if you go for a flank, you can be like, yo, shoot at them for me. If you're going for a flank or a double swing play, yo, double swing with me. Yo, C4 this guy and I can swing out with you. That'll like set up so much plays for yourself outside of just you taking that one after isolated one where the enemy only has to worry about you. If you create instances with your teammates where you coordinate 3, 2, 1, double swing off this, yo, shoot for me, C4 this while I swing out, shoot down my barricade while I hold this angle. You can get so many picks and up your KD just by working with your teammates and playing Siege as a game it's meant to be played, and not as a solo fucking TDM game that's so bad that you play against a one real stack and you get immediately shit on after that. And there you have it. That is everything I did this season to up my KD by 0.5. And literally like plus 50% on my KD. I hope this video did end up helping a couple of you guys, but you gotta remember, like, I'm not even good at the game. Like, I'm not even like doing anything. I just started to take the game a little bit more seriously this season, bait a little harder, got a little bit more FPS. But most importantly for you guys, I played the fundamentals. I played every round as if I'm trying to like lock it out and like let my teammates show up, but I'll still play the round good. And I'll tell, like, if you watch my streams, I'll tell my teammates, like I had a Mountain clutch earlier in the season where I literally told my teammates, Dapper, you can play the clip, it's on Twitter, where I literally told them like, yo, like, you know, bait me, let me die on the plant first, and then like, you know, like kill the guy after he killed me on the plant, even though he didn't listen to me. It's like, I'm telling them, I'm constantly trying to create these comps, like, let's win this next round like this, let's do this like this. I'm constantly focusing on the next thing, and having really solid fundamentals. These things will all, I promise you, just work on all these things and you will get better at the game no matter what. Like, I promise you. And I hope a lot of these tips help you guys. Yes, sir. All right, good night. See you.
Dapper bonus tip. Some of you may know, I'm the GOAT, undisputable. So I thought I'd throw in a little sauce, a little raw sauce at the end. For those who stayed to the end of the video, this is the end. This tip has to do with complacency. Siege is a game that trains you to be complacent. Drones, cameras, yellow pings are just a few of the many things training us as a community to be scared of action. So here's my tip. Stop droning. Unbind your camera key. Mute your mic. Deafen, actually, if you're playing with other people. Just deafen in Discord. Playing with intel is a nerf. Why would you nerf yourself? Train yourself to win, even when the odds are stacked against you, and you will be great, just like me. I'll end off with a quote from the late Bill Shakespeare. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. See you tomorrow.